Action.
Recording.
Okay, so today we can show less work. So instead of writing minus 6, we're just going to show that occurred. So plus 6 and plus 6. We're going to show that happened, and we moved it to the other side by writing down 4x equals 20. So this change right here tells us that we went plus 6, but you don't need to write it down today. Okay? Then, what's the next thing we're going to do? The next line should be x equals what? 5. So you don't need to write down divide by 4, divide by 4. If you want to, go ahead. But try and wean yourself off it a little bit. Okay? Because we're going to start doing it. Yeah, we don't need to. Okay? Next, number 2. What's the first line that you should do?
3.
How do we move the 3? Really? Because right now, just like on the board, that's a plus 3. Yes, Tikshan? Good. So you subtract 3 on both sides. So your next line of work will be negative 2x equals 16. Okay. And then what's your next line after that? X equals? So you don't need to show all your work now. You're totally welcome to. Last step. So last question. Number 3. Put like terms together. Negative x plus 5 equals negative 1. Then negative x equals what? Negative 6. So we're going to subtract 5 both sides. And then x equals what? No, negative 6. Negative x equals negative 6. So x is 6. Now we just went over this on the board. What are we doing here? How is this change happening? Dividing by negative 1 both sides. Okay? Good. I'm glad you don't have cable. But please focus on the math. Yeah. You just blurted out really loud, I don't have cable. I know. Obviously you're not focused on the notes though. Olivia. Okay, so we're going to get to harder questions now. Today we're going to have variables on both sides of the equation. You'll have an equal sign and some x's over here. Equal sign, x's over there. So what we're going to do is collect like terms on each side of the equation separately. Now number 1, there's no terms to collect over here or over there. So we can say that step is done. Question number 2. Move all x terms to one side by adding or subtracting. Easiest to move the smallest term, but you don't have to. So 2x and negative 5x. Which one should we move? Which one's smaller? Negative 5. Does it matter? No. So vote. If you want to move the negative 5, put your hands up. If you want, okay, 2x it is, we move. How do we move the 2x? Minus 2x. So we get negative 4 equals 17 minus 7x. Now what do? We have to move the 17. Subtract it, because in front's a plus sign, so we minus 17 both sides. We get negative 21 equals negative 7x. What's our last step? Divide by negative 7. And our answer then is 3. Okay. Okay, number 2, try it by yourself. Go. So, going through our steps, move the 2x over. 3x plus 9 equals negative 3. Don't lose that negative sign. Then move the 9 over. 3x equals negative 12. X equals negative 4. Okay. Yep. Now, you could have done it the other way. You went 9 equals negative 3x minus 3. 12 equals negative 3x. Notice how these are identical, just different signs when they're on the opposite sides. And so then x equals negative 4. I'll take either way. Okay, they're both correct. Kezia.
4 when it's 9 equals negative 3x.
take away 3.
Yep.
How do you know if you should add 3 or subtract 9? Like, what you should do?
Are we talking about here or here?
There.
The green?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you subtract 9, then everything's over on one side, and the next step would be move everything back. Because you would get 0 equals negative 3x minus 12. Well, the first thing I do now is move everything over there. Okay, so it's easier to move everything to the left. You want to get x by itself, move everything else to the other side. Okay, so first of all, we add or subtract, and then we multiply or divide on which step? The last step. Okay. Okay, what about this? 4x equals. Well, what I see a lot of people do is they move the 4x. So let's practice that because that's the hardest step. What do we get on the left side then? When everything is gone, we have to write the big goose egg, 0. That's fine. This is the hard way, so I want to show you. Okay, and we get 40 minus, whoops, is that weird? 40 minus, sorry, plus 2x. Okay, now what should we do now? Minus the 40. And so what's 0 minus 40? Okay, so it's not the end of the world, is it? Okay, just a little weird. And now what do? Divide by 2 and we get negative 20. Okay, not that bad. Okay, not bad at all. Yes, Sarah. Yeah. Good. Good. And so then you divide, and that's exactly right. And most of you probably do this way, but if you ever get stuck, I want to make sure you know what to do with the 0. Okay, and that's why I showed it to you. Okay. Any questions? Yep. That's what we're doing. Which step? That's
like all the numbers would be on one side and all the variables would be on
You have to get them on separate sides.
Yeah.
Like do it all in one step, you mean?
No, because then you go 4x take this like x.
That's what I did.
That one's confusing. I don't know.
Okay. Show me later. I'll go over and see. Yep.
I don't know what it means. Like you can consider 6. I was in honest 40, so it's like 4 times 6.
Oh. Oh.
Change the whole equation. Like, this was not the worst done. Oh, that's how I like it.
You mean sorry, 40 plus 6x equals 4x?
Like, no. Okay, so
Oh.
I'll show you after. It's just bring it the other way.
Like right here. Like what I just did. The only thing I didn't write, Neha, is I didn't show the work. Okay. So minus 6x, right? And then the rest of the work is right there. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, next one. You're doing right, Neha. Solve and check. Okay, so the first step is to collect like terms. You got to put those two together. It's easier if you write your x terms first. You guys are better at doing that.
Well, we have to solve and check on a test.
Absolutely, you have to solve and check on a test. Easy, medium, and hard questions. Okay? Okay, go ahead, solve it now on your own.
7. What would you do? Can you do plus 8?
Oh, yeah.
Watch your signs, Kezia.
What?
Oh, just kidding. Positive, or am I kidding?
What?
X equals 95, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just kidding. Nope.
Okay, once you solve, now you have to check. So start with the original and substitute in. And don't forget the Great Wall of Check. Alright, next one. Here we go. Solve and check. Collect like terms first on both sides. Go for it. This will be the hardest question, one of the harder questions you see today.
I'm pretty sure I did the first step.
Oh my god, I did it right.
Okay, don't forget to do your check.
Why are you saying this out loud, Karen?
How did I?
Okay, turn over. We're just going to do question 5.
That's it? Question 5?
Yep.
Oh no, this
So, this is going to be using your algebra skills. Knowing. I'll wait. Your algebra skills using the distribution property that you have to multiply in. Here, you have to correct the inside of the brackets because you're subtracting each piece, but often we look at that as multiplying by a -1 into both of them. So we would get 4m minus 8, and then we would get minus m minus 3 equals m minus 1. So the first step is simply to get rid of your brackets by multiplying, and now it's exactly the same as the other page. Go ahead and solve it. So the first thing is 3m minus 11 on the left side. Collect like terms.
Oh, I see. He skipped us then.
-8 minus 3 is -11. 4 minus 1.
Oh, that goes like.
Now you guys should be able to. Now we collect like terms. Which should we move first? The m?
The 11.
11? Sure, move the 11. So 3m equals m plus 10. And how do we move this m, Kezia? Exactly.
I did that so wrong.
So we get 2m equals 10, m equals 5. Now we have to check it. So 4 bracket 5 minus 2 minus 5 plus 3 equals 5 minus 1. Now what I see often, Arjun, Parneet, so many times, Dory, when you're checking, you do not have to multiply in like that. What's 5 minus 2? Yeah, it's easy to answer that. What's m minus 2? You can't answer that. And that's why we use the distribution property. But you know how to do bed math, so simply go 4 times 3. Don't multiply in and make more work for yourself. You're using your calculators.
I want to double check it.
Okay, sure, double check is fine. Use your brain first though, okay? Tiction.
I got it.
Shh, excuse me. Tiction, yes?
So, when you took away the negative 11 for this sum, couldn't you take away like the negative 10?
Absolutely. Yeah, any order. Any order, Tiction. Totally.
So it doesn't have to be adding and subtracting first.
Yes, but this is subtracting, so it's okay. But you're right, you gotta be careful with that. Okay, any questions? Wait, I think there's 5 questions for solve and check. Suck it up and do it. Don't whine about it. Get it done. Okay, homework time. Go.